Welcome back into the workshop. A rather messy workshop at the moment because I've been drilling holes. Lots of holes. So the diary update for today is I've got one half of the mitre station pad sorted. Sort of. Pretty much. Enough. And as I was drilling all these holes, I was thinking, is there any way I can drill less holes and not have any less capability? And the answer is yes. What I'm going to do is at the moment, these holes is 3 rows at 50 mil centres, both ways. What I'm going to do is I'll still do this row, but this row here will be offset and I'll miss every other one, so only drilling it at 100. This one is the same. It will be effectively a 100 mil spaced with the one hole not drilled, undrilled. It's effectively, or it's pretty much exactly the same as this plate here. So these are now at 100 mil spacings with this one offset 50 mil, etc. Yeah, but this row, just imagine it was this one. This row will still have the 50 mil increments, so that I can place in the 50 mil steps my gauge. It could well be that I could do without a whole row or some of these ones further out. Could be. But at the moment, I'm playing with that idea of just having it like this set up with the extra holes in there. It's nice to have the 50 mil increments so that I can just step this across and then I don't have to wind this in and out as much. It's also nice to have blocks that you can use to help you in the not having to wind the stop in and out all the time. So this one's a 60-40, 40, 60. I've got a 50, I've got 25, I've got 20, etc. Different size blocks, some of which are just in there. They've got, like that one's 50 mil long, a little bit inconvenient for that because it will just slide on, but it's also done to 25 mil, etc. Those sorts of things. Great. Now, with the holes the way they are, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that a series of them are actually exactly 45. That permits me a de facto mitering capability. This happens to be, as I just mentioned before, 60 mils wide, and it sets up pretty well for cutting a mitre. It probably, to be fair, wants to be a little bit bigger, just to make sure you do catch the full, like you get the proper mitre. So maybe a piece of custom wood cut to 65 could be put in there. And I can get, still with the saw at 90 degrees, I can get my mitres. Now, that's the only setup that's a, like a fixed angle, a certain angle, 45 degrees. However, with the inclusion of a digital rule, for angle finder, there's no reason why this can't be moved, on a pivot, moved around and clamped off on the end to any angle you want, because this is still set up at 90 degrees. The box doesn't have to be changed. Yippee! So that's what that sort of deal is there with the hole. I just filed a bit off before, but like that. If I make this my pivot point for the for this is effectively the mitre change, I can dial it in to any angle I want, clamping it off. Of course, it would have to be a bit longer. This was just a trial. So that can be considered. How I do that, in fact, what I'll probably wind up doing for that is to make a plate, a 10 mil plate, so it's fairly chunky, and I might do, might not, but drill it and hone it out to ream it out to exactly 20 mil, so I can get that facility. The higher, the better, because it allows, when you're doing that sort of mitre. So that's kind of important. I even thought about using a bit of an angle. So the possibilities are there. I just got to figure out what the heck I'm doing, because I really don't know. Don't tell anyone. They've probably already figured out. So yeah. Anyway, the thing there for a Sunday afternoon is I'm quite happy with where I'm at with that. I'm going to set out the other one. I don't even know whether I'll do it today, but I'll set out this other plate with the new configuration. I even thought about having less holes in this side, although, to be fair, this is the side that I'd more than likely use as my for my stops. So yeah, it'll probably get as many. This side has been used for my stops and etc. at the moment, because it's a natural way of it was convenient. This side is the more natural way of having the long piece of stock here pushed up against the stop for the size that you want. That's a natural flow. I do find, however, it's almost like you want to be ambidextrous. It's just the way things flow. This is, for me, left to right, a better flow, but my hands work from right to left. So it's like, dang, boy, you've got a problem. Well, I've got many. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I've noticed over the years that, there's a certain flow and dexterity that sometimes doesn't gel. You didn't need to know that, and now you do. Okay, well, that's it. Just a shortish one. Happy with that. The plate went well. There was a tiny little error that crept in. I'm meaning less than probably a mil over that length, which is about 800 or 900. It shouldn't have crept in. I think next time I'm going to try something a little bit different. Not too much. In fact, I might even try it on that. And that's what I did is I flushed up this edge and the plate itself. And let's just pull these out. Let's go get the plate. Right. I've got a couple of jobs that I have to do. And it will make this easier. Right. The plate is exactly 250 millimeters square. It has had these holes drilled in it via a laser cutter, like from a commercial company. And I have therefore assumed all of the holes are as accurate as their machine can cut, and it should be more than enough for me in my workshop. I flush it up there and there, and on the end there, because this has been cut to 0 tolerances, so it's registered to the side of the tooth of the blade there. That's dead flush. I clamp it in place, and then I can mark, spot drill the points, and then I can take it over to my drill press and cut the 20 millimeter holes. Next time, however, what I might do is not use that sort of tolerance, but push this up against a straight edge that has been clamped to the back of it, and then I can push this up to it. That takes out one small possibility of error, and that's the interface between my fingers, and that that you can get down to fractions of a millimeter just by feel. But if you've got a block of aluminium, say, like that, there is no interface. You can take that away and you can feel it, and it goes, oh, I can actually feel a little lip. Aha. What you're picking up is any inaccuracies in machining, but it's going to be the same all the way along. It's a consistent, consistent change. Now when I leapfrog the plate across, Now I'm back to relying on the fact that these have been machined accurately. Will I wind up with the same tiny little error down there? Very possible, but I'm just trying to go through a process that allows me to take as many variables out. This up against there, that held in place, flushed up on there, of course, is one of those. You've removed one of the variables, this thing. Okay, rightio. That's it. Going to go inside for a cuppa after all that yak. I like it. I've used it in the, well, obviously, this one here I used a lot, and as I say, I like it. So I wouldn't be carrying on and making myself suffer to do the other ones unless I had that opinion of it. Now that I can alter and I can make my mitres to whatever angle I want using those digital rule angle finder thingies, that box becomes to accommodate a mitre change, becomes a little bit less required. Yeah, aren't I lucky? It's a bit like putting one of those. I just saw 731 Woodworking in a video, and he was talking about the new Rockler table saw sled, and how it's just a variation of a theme. It's been around for donkey's years. In fact, I'm sure Rockler brought out one ages ago, a bigger one. But it has a sled with the built-in, like a protractor and stop for your different size, different angles and mitres, up to 50 degrees. I'm effectively doing that with a stop and the digital readout to whatever degree I want, figuratively and literally. So, yeah. A mitre saw not being used as a mitre-capable saw. It's a bit of sacrilege, really, isn't it? Oh, well, we'll see. More yak, more incentive for me to go inside and have a cuppa. Rightio, see you later now. Bye.